Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever walked away from a conversation, feeling like you lost a battle you didn't even know you were fighting? Someone made a comment, and it stuck in your head for hours. A look, a tone, a few passive-aggressive words. And suddenly, your peace is gone. You start replaying it in your mind, wondering what you should have said, what they really meant, why it even got to you in the first place. The truth? You weren't reacting to what they did. You were reacting because they had control over you, emotionally, mentally, even spiritually. But here's what no one teaches you. You gave them that control. And once you realize this, once you learn this one rule from Stoic philosophy, something changes. It's not a trick. It's not a life hack. It's a mental shift that rewires the way you see people, power and pain. And after today, you'll never give that control away again. Because the greatest strength isn't loud. It doesn't scream. It doesn't demand respect. It's silent. It's still. And it's untouchable. This is the Stoic rule that made emperors unshakable. And if you learn it, really learn it, then no one, not your boss, not your critics, not even your fears, can control you ever again. Let's begin. What is Stoicism, and why control matters? We live in a world obsessed with control. Controlling money, time, people, outcomes. But in trying to control everything, we end up controlling nothing, especially not ourselves. That's where Stoicism comes in, an ancient philosophy, born in chaos, designed for clarity. At its core, Stoicism isn't about being emotionless. It's about being emotionally invincible. It's not about withdrawing from the world. It's about mastering how you move through it. And here's the uncomfortable truth. The majority of people today are controlled not by governments, not by systems, but by their own unchecked reactions to the world around them. Your mood? Hijacked by one Instagram comment. Your confidence? Shattered by someone's opinion. Your entire day? Wrecked by a stranger's rudeness. Seneca, the Roman Stoic, once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." And this is where the Stoic rule we're talking about today comes into play. It's not some vague idea about being calm. It's a powerful, practical shift that allows you to take back the one thing no one should ever own, your inner state. Once you apply this rule, you stop being reactive and start being deliberate. You stop being pulled by every emotional current and start standing like a mountain in a storm. You might not control what others say or do, but you decide what power they have over you. And once you master that, no one can control you again. The problem: why most people are easily controlled. So let's face it, most people are easily manipulated. They'll tell you they're independent, free-thinking, confident. But one wrong word, one sarcastic remark, one rejection, and you see the truth. They're fragile, not because they're weak by nature, but because they never learn to anchor their worth internally. Here's how it usually happens. 1. We tie our value to other people's approval. From childhood, we're rewarded for pleasing others. Parents praise us when we behave. Teachers applaud when we conform. Social media likes reinforce when we post what others want to see. So we become addicted to external validation, to applause, attention, agreement. And when we don't get it, we feel worthless. But what does that really mean? It means you've outsourced your self-worth. And if your worth can be given by others, it can be taken away just as easily. 2. We fear discomfort more than we value integrity. Most people will avoid tension, criticism, or awkward silence. Even if it means betraying themselves, they'll nod when they disagree, laugh when it's not funny, stay silent when they should speak up, because deep down, they'd rather be comfortable and controlled than uncomfortable and free. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor of Rome, saw through this illusion. He wrote in his meditations, "It is not events that disturb people, but their judgments about them." Let that sink in. It's not what someone does. It's what you believe about what they did. Your emotions are not direct responses to reality. They're reactions to your interpretation of reality. And that interpretation is where control is lost or taken back. 3. We react before we reflect. Someone insults you, you fire back. Someone disrespects you, you stew on it for hours. Someone cuts you off in traffic, you're angry all day. Why? Because you haven't trained the gap between stimulus and response. That tiny space where reason can override emotion. That's where freedom lives. Viktor Frankl, who survived Nazi concentration camps and was heavily influenced by Stoic thought, wrote, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." Most people never enter that space. They live in reaction mode, controlled by everything and everyone. And that's why they're slaves to circumstance. But once you master the Stoic rule we're about to explore, you no longer react. You respond, wisely, intentionally, powerfully. Key development, the Stoic rule that frees you. So here it is, the Stoic rule that will change everything. Control what you can. Let go of what you can't. Simple? Yes. Easy? No. Life-changing? Absolutely. This rule is the foundation of all Stoic power. It's the key to emotional independence. And once you integrate it, no one can control you again. Let's break it down. Small blue diamond 1. Control what you can. Stoics believe there are only two things truly under your control. Your thoughts. Your actions. That's it. Not other people. Not outcomes. Not the past. Not the future. Just your mind and your choices. You can't control what others think of you. But you can control what you think of yourself. You can't control whether they love you. But you can control whether you stay true to your values. You can't control the storm. But you can be the calm within it. This isn't weakness. It's the ultimate strength. To anchor yourself so deeply in what you can influence that the world loses its grip on you. Small blue diamond 2. Let go of what you can't. This is the hard part. We want to control everything. How people see us, how situations unfold, what our future looks like. But the more you cling, the more you suffer. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoics, said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." This is the ultimate paradox. The more you try to control the uncontrollable, the more controlled you become. Let go of needing people to agree with you. Let go of needing every plan to work perfectly. Let go of needing justice from an unjust world. Not because you're giving up, but because you're taking back your power. Small blue diamond 3. Real-life applications. Let's see what this Stoic rule looks like in real life. Door A. Rejection. Someone ghosts you. You feel disrespected, ignored, hurt. Pause. Can you control their behavior? No. Can you control your worth? Yes. So you remind yourself, their silence reflects them, not me. You let it go. You move forward. You don't spiral. That's power. Speech balloon B. Criticism. A coworker mocks your idea. Your ego flares up. You want to defend yourself. But you remember, I control how I respond, not how they behave. So you either address it calmly or let it slide. Either way, you stay in control. That's freedom. Tornado see chaos. Plans fall apart. You lose money. Life hits hard, but you return to the rule. Control what you can. Let go of what you can't. You double down on effort and release attachment to outcome. You stop chasing certainty and start embodying clarity. That's Stoicism. And that's what no one can take from you. The moment you take back control, there's a moment, a specific quiet, yet profound moment, when everything changes. It's not dramatic. No fireworks, no applause. It happens in silence, in stillness, in solitude. You're confronted with something painful. An insult, a breakup, a betrayal, a failure. Your body tenses. Your mind races. The old you wants to react. But this time, you pause. And in that pause, you remember the Stoic rule. Control what you can. Let go of what you can't. You inhale. You exhale. And something clicks. You realize that their words are just vibrations in the air. Their judgments are not truths. They're projections. Their behavior isn't personal. It's a mirror of their own chaos. And for the first time, you don't take the bait. You don't lash out. You don't spiral. You don't break. You stay rooted, like a tree in the storm. Still, present, powerful. That's the moment you reclaim your mind. That's the moment you become untouchable. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Marcus Aurelius called it inner citadel, an unshakable fortress of peace within yourself. And once you find it, no one, not a boss, not a partner, not even fate, can drag you out of it. That's the moment you become free. Not free to escape life, but free to stand strong in the middle of it. Free from manipulation, free from insecurity, free from needing constant approval. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to argue. You don't need to win, because you already did, by winning control over yourself. This isn't theory. It's not philosophy for monks or emperors. It's a rule for everyday warriors, people like you, navigating the chaos of modern life with ancient clarity. And in that moment, you're no longer a slave to emotion, to ego, to opinion, to noise. You become master of your fate, captain of your soul, and sovereign over your reactions. That is Stoicism, the rule, the truth, the transformation. Let's bring it all together. You've just learned the Stoic rule that can change everything. Control what you can. Let go of what you can't. At first glance, it's almost too simple. But simplicity is deceptive, especially when it holds deep power. Every time you try to please everyone, obsess over outcomes, react without reflection, spiral because of someone else's actions, you are handing over your control, brick by brick, to the world outside of you. But when you apply this rule, daily, deliberately, you begin to reclaim those bricks. You rebuild your inner fortress. And here's the beautiful twist. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you actually gain more influence in life, not less. Why? Because you become more stable, and people trust stable people. You become less reactive, and that makes you powerful in chaos. You become centered, and that draws others in, not pushes them away. You start to embody the rarest kind of energy in the modern world. Calm confidence. Think about the most grounded people you admire. Maybe Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, or even someone in your own life. They're not controlled by gossip, panic, politics, or public opinion. They have a code, and they follow it. And that code is rooted in this one principle. It's not flashy. It won't trend on TikTok, but it will make you unbreakable. Because no matter what happens, the world will still be chaotic. People will still be unpredictable. Life will still throw punches. But your response will be yours. Your peace will be protected. Your power will be internal, not borrowed. That's not just Stoicism. That's freedom. And it's available to you right now. Not tomorrow. Not when you have more time. Not when life calms down. Now. All it takes is one decision. to stop being pulled by every current, and start standing like a lighthouse, to stop being triggered by everything, and start choosing your direction, to stop being a puppet, and start being the one who pulls the strings within. You don't need a new job. You don't need more followers. You don't need the world to change. You just need this one rule, and the courage to live by it. Live the rule. Share the rule. So here's your challenge, right now. Think of one situation where you've been giving away your control. Maybe it's someone who always gets under your skin. Maybe it's a failure you can't stop replaying. Maybe it's the pressure to be someone you're not. Now apply the rule. Can I control this? If the answer is no, let it go. If the answer is yes, take deliberate action. Then repeat this every day, with every situation, every challenge, every emotion. Because this isn't a one-time fix. It's a way of life. And here's the real secret. The more you practice it, the more it becomes who you are. You stop chasing peace and start being peace. You stop needing validation and start living from value. You stop being a victim and start becoming a stoic force in a chaotic world. So if this message spoke to you, share it. Someone out there is drowning in noise, spiraling in emotion, and desperately searching for this clarity. Be the one who offers it. And if you want more like this, deeper dives into Stoicism, modern wisdom, and unshakable living, hit that subscribe button. Because this channel isn't here to entertain you. It's here to wake you up. Remember, you may not control everything around you, but you always control how you show up inside it. Master that, and no one can control you again. Here is closing quote. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Confucius, but the Stoics knew it long before. And now, so do you.